Right guys, welcome back to another Ray's Rundowns. Conveniently we're doing another walk around on a Jeep, but this one is kinda, well, it was already one of a kind.
Yeah.
One of a kind that's left, and now it's really one of a kind, and I guarantee you'll never see another one. But it is a J20 dual cab. You want to take the rest when they were made, how many there were?
So made in 82, 83, and there's 13 of them. Was all they actually built.
Oh, it's 13. I thought it was 19. 13.
No, 13. So yeah, there's there was a prototype, 6 Australian customs, and 6 for Tasmanian forestry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a Tasmanian forestry one.
So this is originally a Tassie one.
Yeah. So it was yellow.
Yeah. And how many's left? Do you know?
Probably about maybe 8. They're fairly well survived.
Yeah. And you know of 2 of them straight up, don't you?
Yeah, Warren Lewis has got 2.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Sydney's got a blue one. There was a green and silver one went up for sale recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was up north.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rick, there's a fellow Rick, I think he's in Brisbane, he's got the prototype.
Yeah.
Which still exists. It's the only one with square doors.
Yeah, so if you look at it, you see, because, alright, we'll just stray for a second. So these are, they're a J20 dual cab, but they actually use the Cherokee bodies. So anyone with the eagle eye sees the low roof the Cherokees had. So yeah, the prototype didn't have the wheel arch. They actually squared the whole lot, didn't they?
Yeah, squared it out with a flat floor and 2 truck bench seats in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where mine has a just a normal car bench seat in the back of it.
Yeah, normal Cherokee back.
Yeah.
But by the time it's all boxed in and painted, I don't think you will even see
no, it won't stand out
that
as much.
wheel arch. But we'll go around the front and we'll show why this is a one of a kind. Alright, so from the front, you're sticking with the muscle grille, aren't you?
Yeah.
He loves the muscle grille. And so far staying with the wide track factory chrome bar, because you look at that, there's no,
It's a good walk.
it is. Now, have a look what's in here. What do we got, Geoff?
This is a 1VD, so it's a Toyota V8 diesel out of a 79 series LandCruiser.
Yeah.
I think it's about a 2012.
Yeah.
It's the pre-DPF model.
Yeah. And it's mated to the exact era 5-speed 79 box.
Yeah, and transfer.
Yeah. Staying single turbo, staying all factory. So basically, you could pretend that he got a full donor vehicle because it's going to run 79 series loom, ECU, all factory gear. That way, in future, if he needs parts, anyone's got to work on the vehicle, it's got to be tuned. Any wiring down the track, it's all 79.
All 79.
There's no stuffing around.
No. And I don't have to deal with 70s and 80s Jeep wiring.
Wiring, yes. Everyone out there knows Jeep wiring is rubbish.
Yeah.
But motor-wise, we're staying stock.
Pretty well.
Just tuned, exhaust, normal stuff.
Normal stuff.
That nice thong slap that they get, the good V8 sound.
Yeah.
But over this side, we're running, like I said, everything is going cruiser. You'll see that as we get further along. 79 series brakes.
80 series.
80 series booster, 80 series master.
Yep. And it's 80 series clutch master.
Yep.
So that all meets to 80 series pedals.
Yeah, which
they fit under the Jeep dash.
Yeah, which is in the next build video of Geoff's, you'll see that as well.
Yeah.
But if you just want to come around this side, I don't know how much you can see. I might have to go underneath.
Oh, okay.
Give me that. If we go under here, you'll see the whole front end is, what did we say, Geoff? 80 series.
The front and rear axles are 105.
Yep.
Yep.
And then steering box
is 105 as well. It's all 105 LandCruiser. I had a donor car for that.
So once again, it's the same thing, all factory bushings.
Yep.
Ball joints, tie rods, kingpins, brakes, everything being LandCruiser. You can walk into any shop.
Yep, and buy it off the shelf.
Yep. Now, in talking about 105, 80, they're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty well.
The fluky part of it, which you'll see in the back as well, is you didn't have to move shock brackets, you didn't have to move spring perches, none of that, did you?
No, it's the chassis widths are that close.
That it all
works.
And it's all factory coil towers, shock towers, all cut off the 105.
Yeah.
So there's no home fabrication done. It's all Japanese engineering welded onto the Jeep frame rails. Like steering box, panhard rod bracket is all 105.
Yeah.
Factory. Like
Yeah.
you can't lose when someone engineered it that's been on the road for what, 20 years now.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll move down to the back. So in the rear is, what'd you say, 80?
It's 105.
105 as well.
105 as well.
So all the rear end is no longer leaf sprung either. All 105 coils. Now if you come and have a look, these cross members are all factory, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then, what'd you say, 15 mil aside?
Yeah, I think it was 15 mil.
So 15 mil, the Jeep frame rails themselves were only 15 mil aside wider than the 105. So you only have to pack that little tiny bit, and then the whole rear end of the 105 went in.
No, the Jeep frame rail is 30 mil narrower than the 105.
Oh, it was narrower.
It was narrower. I cut 15 mil off the end.
Oh, so the Jeep's actually narrower than the Cruiser.
Yeah. Yeah, the rear chassis is narrower than 105.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that all fits. What are those rear springs? 4-inch.
I think they're 4-inch.
So that's sitting on a 4-inch coil, 4-inch shock, but the shock, it needs to be longer.
Yeah.
But sitting with a 4-inch coil on
35s,
it's sort of going to be, I reckon, perfect. Like for that, because it's not a hardcore wheeling rig.
No, it's way too big.
Way too long for that. But it sort of sits at that real nice height, and it's going to just ride.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then 79.
79 tank.
So 79 steel factory tank.
Yep.
And it fits in there like it was made for it.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible.
Yep.
Like it's,
which is going to fit any J20 as well. Anyone doing
anyone with a J20, it'll all fit exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if you want a 130 litre,
yep,
instead of because J20's had that epoxy plastic tank.
Yeah.
So that's basically going to go straight in the back of any J20 and probably nearly any full size.
We're getting close.
Because that would nearly fit in the back of a Cherokee as well.
Yeah. And they're usually like $100 when you see someone selling them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, because they all go to the Davis Craigs and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, everyone puts a long range tank in them, and the tanks are worth nothing.
Yeah. And they're steel. And they've got a big bash plate on the bottom from factory.
Yeah.
Disc rear end.
Disc rear end.
Classic shitty LandCruiser handbrake.
Yep.
You gonna do anything with the handbrake?
Yeah.
Do they do anything with them?
There's a mod make an electric one and going back to the transfer case.
Oh, nice. So it'll actually work.
Completely get rid of the handbrake in the rear wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. And tray, what do we do on tray?
Yeah, building a tray for it.
Big flat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like put a dog box or canopy on.
Yeah. So keep that nice look, but functional.
Yeah.
Like what, 300?
Yeah, it'd be about there.
And what do we work out? That's about a 2100 tray still.
Yeah, something like that. It's still a big tray.
So it'll be a dual cab ute with a 2100 by 2 metre
tray on it.
Tray. That's huge. But while we're outside, before we go inside, with the dual cabs, what did they do? They literally cut a Cherokee.
Yeah, they just locked it off, and then they put this plug in it, which is the back wall from a 20.
That is just a factory back wall.
Yep, which I think's cut down a little bit at the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the low roof of the wagon.
Low roof. It still should have the dome light, that exterior cargo light that they had. Yeah. They just made an infill panel for there, an infill for the sides, and an sill extension. Just welded, brazed, bogged, leaded. And
then this infill panel just pops over if you open the door.
Yeah.
Just pops straight over like factory.
Yep. Just drops over the top. It's just welded. It's pitch welded here, and then it was just spot welded through the front.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
If they had made more of these, other than the wheelbase, they would have been a big seller. And from standard J20 was a 300mm longer.
Yeah.
So the wheelbase has a 300mm extension over a standard J20.
Yeah.
Factory extension, like not. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the same chassis they would have used in a camper, or you could have just ordered a J20 with a chassis extension.
Wheelbase.
Yeah.
And they're plated to 3.8, aren't they? 3.8 GVM.
Yep.
And that's all factory plating, factory stamping. So I just think it's going to be amazing. All right. So inside, obviously,
It's
not
messy.
there yet. You've just made the floor tunnel.
Yep.
That's all working well. This is what I love. This is what I think we're going to put in ours. You want to tell everyone about what that is right there?
That is a Vintage Air Mini 2. So it's aircon, demister, heater, all in one unit. That actually fits under the dash.
Fits under the dash.
Yep. So you keep your glove box.
Yeah. Keep your glove box, and because all the vents are on top, so like when I do it, I'll be running the vents through the clock and through the ashtray, which are at the top of the dash, and you're thinking of just going under dash vents.
Yeah, under dash.
Because his shins don't hit the dash. But I think it's insane that you can buy a unit that small that is aircon and heater off the showroom floor.
Yeah.
No modding, no nothing.
Yeah.
Now what are we doing inside?
Inside,
Black dash?
yeah, blacken out most of the interior. I've got to put all new door trims and stuff on it.
And all that's
Carpet.
going black?
Yeah, it'll all be black. I've got a Dakota dash digital instrument cluster to go in it.
Yeah, they're all programmable, aren't they?
Yeah. It says
So
digital, but
programs
it's,
to that.
yeah, so it's got needles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all programmable. I can even program the fuel gauge to match my fuel tank.
Yeah, nice. EGTs, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that dash can display all that through the odometer readings.
Wow.
So you just scroll through and, yeah.
That'll be awesome.
It'll display anything the ECU reads.
Yeah, I think it's great you can get a factory fitting dash that is going to read everything from, anything you put in it.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't have to be, like you put an LS in it, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's dual bench seats, 6-seater?
Yes.
Staying that way?
I'll probably end up putting buckets in it.
Yeah.
And a console fridge.
Console fridge.
Yeah.
I love console fridges. But yeah, so underneath, straight under here, going twin system. No, that's right, single system,
Yep.
being turbo and everything. Out the back, side pipes.
Oh,
What do you have?
not sort of decided on it really yet.
Yeah.
Whether it'll just be one big single outed or might put twin tailpipes on it.
Yeah.
Go either side of the fuel
They
tank.
could look busy out the back.
Yeah.
While we're on it, actually, if you want to see any of this happening, you've filmed most of this, haven't you?
Tried to.
Yeah. So No Limits 4x4 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram is Geoff. If any of the stuff you're interested in, make sure you go back and have a look at actual build process, because it's amazing how it's all come together.
Yeah.
Considering, when did Michael do the last video? It was only a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
A year
it
ago?
was... Oh, it might be 2 years ago now.
2 years ago. And it had no rear end in it. All the front end was off it. And anyone that's taken on a build like this knows that it's not an overnight quick thing. Like, there's so much engineering that goes into it. If it was a basic resto, it'd be completely different to re-engineering everything Jeep done
Yeah.
to something that's actually going to work and be comfortable and cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, even just a basic engine swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically you're re-engineering everything.
Yeah. This is everything plus a resto plus rust.
Yeah. Yeah, rust.
So much rust.
Well, being, most of these now, 83s, what they start this shape, mid-70s.
Yeah.
And, none of them had a good life, and they weren't the best rust treated when they come off the saltwater boat. So
No, that's it.
rust, unfortunately, has got the better of most of them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the donor body's a 79, and it was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's had rust everywhere. Most floor pans, I think, which they all get.
Yeah.
And the roof's really common to rust out on these things.
Yeah, all along the gutters.
Yep.
That's why you see so many cut into utes.
Yep.
But yeah, what are you going to do for bar work? Anything flash before we go? Just basic side step. Any side steps?
Yeah, I might actually put side steps on this one. Make it a little bit easier for the family
For everyone
getting
to
out.
get into.
Yep.
Winch.
I would like to, but I still don't want to cut up that front bumper either. So that's
being a wide track, standard wide track front bars are getting pretty hard to get.
Yeah.
So to cut one up, it'd be alright if you could get a narrow track cut the middle out.
Yeah, which might be an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anyone out there that knows Geoff knows this is still going to be wheeled.
Yeah.
You're still going to take it in the bush, and it's going to get stuck bloody easy.
Yeah. Yeah, winch would be nice to have on it.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I really wanted to do a video on this because most people out there, even in the Jeep world, don't actually realise that Jeep made a dual cab from factory.
No.
Like a lot of people think that, you know, like the 200s now, everyone gets them done, whereas Jeep actually made a few off the showroom floor. And it's awesome that this is one of them going to be coming back to life.
Yeah, to actually drive it all the time.
Yeah, there's so many Jeeps out there in people's gunner sheds, and they might happen, they might not, but it's just good to see another one that's going to be rescued and re-engineered into something that will be even better than what Jeep made.
Yeah. I haven't personally seen one driving around on the road.
No. Well, this is the first one I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, for real, not in magazines or photos. The first photo I've actually seen.
Yeah. I think Warren's is the only other one I've physically seen.
Yeah. Before we go, we got one more thing. Because it is LandCruiser, LandCruiser is roughly 2 inches a side, 2.5 inches a side narrower. So what are we doing here?
Just gonna get some wider offset wheels for it.
Yeah. Alloys?
Alloys, yeah. Yeah, ProComp make a
nice.
I want to say period correct, but
yeah,
have that more of a retro look to them.
Yeah. And you're staying 35s, 37s?
35s.
35. So you're staying about this height.
Yeah.
So this is about where it's going to sit. Just with more poke on the wheels, nice bit of dish.
Yeah. Something that looks a bit better than the old 105 wheels.
Yeah. And just to get that stand, because at present when you look at it from the front, you can see that cruiser wheelbase is...
Yeah, it's just that little bit narrow.
That little bit narrow. So it will look good getting that bit extra on them.
Yeah, because I think they do them I can get them in a 10-inch rim with like a neg 25 offset.
Yeah.
Which
so basically what the cruisers are doing now, when they put the big flares on them,
yeah,
that'll be what you're doing just to get it wide enough for the car.
That's it.
But yeah, so this is a genuine Jeep J20 dual cab that did exist, that will exist again. As I'm going to tell you now, I named Geoff's other Jeep, and I think we'll have to name this one number 2, because the other one's the Creep, so this will be Creep 2, Cruiser Jeep, and they work.
Really appreciate it too.
That's alright. That's alright. It's, you know, it sticks.
Yeah.
But you can't complain with what works.
That's it.
And yeah, basically take something someone else has designed and perfected and just bring it into something that you actually have a passion for.
Yeah.
Is sort of where everyone else needs to be at with projects. I think it's all good to be a purist and build them to a factory standard, but if you want to daily it and you know, this is going to be basically a family saloon.
Yeah, that's it.
So you got to be comfortable to be able to drive a couple of thousand Ks and go on holidays and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you saw it with the other one yesterday.
Yeah, it was so comfy. Like you get in his other one that we did, the J200. Yeah, J200.
200.
When you get in it, it's so smooth, being coarse sprung. It's got a soft rear end. It drives nice. It drives like a new car.
Yeah.
And then you get in ours and it's rough as guts and a bit giggle-headed, and you can literally feel the era difference. And yours still looks like a Jeep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and we drove it 400 Ks yesterday and wheeled it. And
wheeled it all day and then drove it home.
Yeah.
You know, we get under it and go, oh, it's got a worn tie rod. You go into town and you buy a tie rod and it's fixed.
Yeah.
If I got under ours and seen it's got a worn tie rod, I'd have to order one, if I could get one locally.
Yeah.
And then sit around and wait, and it's just that availability to get parts is just, you can't compete with that. But yeah, so you want to say anything else about it before we go?
I think we've fairly well covered it.
Fairly well covered everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't forget to like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. And the next one will be probably another build video on Geoff's other Jeep. See yous.